Do you often find that you second guess whether you're doing something right or not? This is Jacqueline Foster here of Feeling Good TV, and today I want to share a little story with you. So I am involved in a group coaching program right now, and one of the exercises that we're learning is how to just get more present and do an observation. I was sitting in my living room and looking around the room, scanning it, and I found that in my mind, I started to say things like, oh, you are going too fast. You should slow down and really look around the whole room. And you should not come to a spot until you've looked around the whole room. And I really got into this space of critiquing myself as I was doing this observation. And it got to the point where I actually even laughed out loud at myself because I realized, oh my goodness, really, is there any wrong way to do this? And two, is all of this critiquing as I'm doing it helping me to get more into the present? And the answer to this question is no. By critiquing ourselves more in a situation, we usually lose more of our presence in the exercise, right? Our power in any exercise, in anything that we participate in, comes from our actually being in the situation, really using our senses and being in it, as opposed to thinking about it. So I'm encouraging you to think about today whether or not you second guess and critique yourself while you're actually in the act of doing something, or whether or not you can be in that place of just fully participating. And I know this can be a nerve-wracking and a scary thing. I'll give you one other situation where at dance class recently we were learning a new trick. And it was one that looked really cool and I saw the teacher do it, but I was nervous to do it myself. So the first time I did it, I caught myself really thinking a lot about how I had to do it and critiquing the way that I was positioning my body and how I was moving with it, instead of just observing what I had seen from the teacher and taking it in and feeling it and doing the best that I could fully in that trick, and then observing myself and then saying, oh, okay, what could I have done differently? And I noticed in the moment that I was critiquing myself as I was doing it, it felt so much more awkward and I struggled so much more and I didn't feel like I was really present with the trick. And then when I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go for this, I'm just gonna try this and do the best that I can with what I've observed from the teacher showing us this trick, it came out so much better. It felt so different. I felt more confident because I took the information I had and I just went with it. And I just trusted in that moment that I could do it and I would do it the best that I could and that would be perfect. And I know this is a practice, right? I practiced with this myself as I was doing these tricks, observing in both places. So if this resonates with you, I encourage you to compare, to do something and really allow that critic to be there, see what it has to say, and then do that same activity, really encouraging yourself, going in with this intention of being fully present, of taking everything that you've learned up until now about how to do that thing, and then when you're in it, just really breathing and doing it and observing the difference, noticing if there is a difference. In my experience, there is a clear difference. And I have found that letting that critique, letting that feedback be there after I do something, as opposed to while I'm doing something, is so much more powerful. And I'll repeat what I shared earlier in this video as your takeaway, and that is that being in the present is where our power is, not thinking about the present. Being in the present is where our power is, not thinking about it. And I find this to be true again and again and again. So I ask you today, think about this, reflect upon this, play with this. And I would love to know as well, are there any tricks that you do, any practices that you have to work with this critic, to work with that second guessing, so that you can be fully present in what you're doing? I would love to hear about it. So leave a comment below. As well, if you enjoy this video, come on over to JacquelineLaceyFoster.com, where you can sign up to get these video blogs sent into your inbox every week. And you can also find more on hertube.tv as well. Wishing you an amazing week and looking forward to sharing more next time. Thanks so much.